I started turning my head, and I just got the urge, you know, like, the moment I get into that kind of, like, stance on camera, I just, like, think of the dream image, and I'm like, I can't stop myself, you know? The moment I start turning my head this way, it's like, it's gonna happen. One way or another, it's gonna happen. Oh, you know? I just can't stop myself. It's a, it's an impulse. I think it's like every white man on camera like has that impulse to do the dream pose. Hello everybody, how are we all doing? Better, hopefully, now that you've got Dream in your heads. I know how much we love Dream on this stream. Recently I've been adapting. I've been how do I say this? I've been introducing some new consumables into the diet of Sheepo3. And it's because I'm a cow and I love to eat food. And the best way for me to like eat food, I like to eat a lot of food. And so I try to like limit the amount of calories per food that I eat, right? And so I always like to have something either before stream or before I go to the gym, just because like I want to eat something, I want something in my stomach, I want to feel, I don't want to feel the pangs of hunger overtake me while I'm like working out or while I'm streaming, right? And so I'm like, okay, I need to eat something, but I don't want it to be a lot of calories, right? And so I have made a choice about, like, it used to be trail mix. I did like a little trail mix thing, but the problem with trail mix is that it's like 100+ calories for like barely a handful, and so it's like it's not worth it. So I've pivoted. I've pivoted to rice cakes and zero sugar jam, which is a pretty calorie efficient combination per food. However, I think the problem with rice cakes is that they do taste like cardboard. The benefit of that is that cardboard actually doesn't taste that bad. So when you eat the rice cake, you're not actually that depressed because it doesn't taste horrible. And then the zero sugar, I think the zero sugar jam is more where it gets me. I feel like the zero sugar jam is just very depressing. It's much more depressing than the rice cakes are. Just eat cardboard. Then it might be more calories and it would probably be more unhealthy for me. But I think that the rice cakes are like food related. And so it's not bad. You know, how much calorie in the cardboard? I don't know. It's an interesting question. Cardboard, nutritional value. Well, if this website is anything to go off of, I mean, this is just it doesn't I don't know if it's got, 29s per box, bro. 500 grams. I mean, that's, if we go off this very believable source here, I somehow, I don't know if cardboard is the best, but ultimately, yeah. Hi, everybody. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. And it's not bad. I think I might keep doing it for a while. It's a lot of cardboard, though. 500 grams is a lot of cardboard. What's 500 grams in pounds? It's 1 pound. You have to eat a pound of cardboard. That is a lot of cardboard. Jeez. People eating a pound of cardboard, bro? Who's pounding just cardboard like that? All right, either way, what I'm trying to say here is that I don't hate the rice cakes. And I might just keep doing them. I might be like mixing and matching the toppings that we go with our rice cakes, but I think inherently rice cakes by themselves are not terrible and I like them. That's all I have to say. I have a lot of stuff to talk about, by the way. I have a lot of things I can complain about. I discovered a new song from an IG ad. If it isn't us, I can complain. Okay, you guys need to make a decision because I can either start by talking about the good old EDP documentary. Hi, Charles. Hello, I see you. Or we can talk about the new Wifey's video, the new Wifey's video. We can do one or we can do the other. Okay, I haven't watched Spider-Man. I'm not going to watch Spider-Man. I'm not interested in Spider-Man. Okay, Spider-Man called it Marvel slop. I think that all Marvel movies are inherently Marvel slop. Sheep just hates Joe. I just don't give a shit about all Marvel movies. You just need friends and a girlfriend. I do need those things, but also you don't need to bring that up right now because I don't really need to feel that kind of like sadness in my heart. I think that's rude to kind of bring that up right now. At this vulnerable point in my life. Can you have some whimsy in your goddamn life? Bro, I have so much whimsy. I can talk about all the cool stuff I've been making in DaVinci Resolve, bro. I've been like editing like crazy recently. I've gotten back into like video editing like a lot because I've done cool things. I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. I have plenty of whimsy. It's just that I am not whimsical in the things you want me to be whimsical about, okay? Okay, let's talk about the EDP. I don't think you grasp it. It's fucking Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man! Why are we making these claims like Sheepo3 somehow hates Spider-Man? I like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's cool. He swings on webs and shit, and he's like, he's pretty sick. I'm with it. I like Spider-Man. I'm not interested in modern Spider-Man. I don't have any interest in this. I don't want to go out to the movie theater to see Spider-Man. He broke like you. He's not broke anymore. Well, he's broke like me. Hold on, keyword, like me. First of all, I'm not broke. Second of all, Spider-Man's not broke, but Spider-Man is like me, as in we like we LARP like we're broke, but we're not really broke, you know? Spider-Man and us are the same in that way, you know? Both of us have 3 monitor setups. Is he meant to be broke? No, not modern Spider-Man is not broke anymore. He's got a 3 monitor setup, bro. He's not broke. Yeah, he lives in like a nice apartment. He's got like a studio apartment in like fucking New York of all places. Like he's living in a fucking apartment in New York, bro. He's like dead ass, like he's raking it in. It's crazy. Yeah, with his fucking Palantir technology that definitely he got from the Rent Designer. Okay, either way. Yeah. The Palantir technology that Tony Stark created. I know. Tony Stark works for Palantir. I know. Okay. But I want to talk about I want to talk about pedophiles. Okay? Can we change the topic already? Goddamn. I want to talk about pedophiles. Shout out EDP. They released a documentary about his bitch ass. First of all, I want to know why anybody fucking thought that this was a fucking good idea. I genuinely, this documentary sucked so much ass. Holy fucking shit. It was terrible. It was awful. I think the guy who made it needs to be hired on like a camera crew, and he should never be allowed to touch storytelling again because he doesn't got it. He's really good at making camera shots. Get him on like a documentary camera crew. He'd be great. He really understands how to make cinematic camera shots. Never let him tell a fucking story again. He sucks, okay? Moist Critical is a dumbass. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Moist Critical is a fucking idiot. He is so stupid. But the problem with the documentary is that it is essentially glorifying EDP. This documentary is an EDP press run. It is an EDP gloat fest. Okay, of basically this man walking around saying, ha ha, you guys can't put me in jail. That's the entire documentary. It is fucking disgusting that they made this. because all it is like basically saying like, yeah, so a bunch of these pedophile hunters fucked up so bad we can't fucking prosecute him, and so he'll never go to jail for his crimes that he just admits to doing. He just stands there and he's like, yep, I did it, yep, I sexted that minor, what else? And it's like these fucking pedophile hunters fucked it up so bad they can't even put him in jail. And it's crazy because even me, with like no understanding of like the criminal code, like a very basic understanding of like what constitutes a crime, like, bro, I could see it. Like, it was so abundantly clear how obvious, like how bad the fucking pedophile hunters fucked up. It was crazy. You didn't need Chris fucking Hansen in the documentary to tell you how bad you fucked it up because it was obvious. Holy shit. It was insane what the kind of messages they were making. Like, it was fucking insane. It's like, I was fucking shocked. It was so crazy to me. These pedophile hunters need to be like they need to be bullied. They need to be bullied for the fucking shit that they do. Oh my god, I hate pedophile hunters so much. They're actually disgusting human beings. They don't care about locking up pedophiles. They don't have a single conviction between the 5 of them. It's crazy. They are disgusting people that LARP as good people. They LARP as good people. They are LARPing as good people. LARPing. They are LARPing as good people. That's, oh my god, it's horrible. And it's even worse because, like, almost every single person in this documentary comes out looking terrible. Like, bro, they interviewed a fucking therapist. They interviewed what was supposedly EDP's fucking therapist. Why are you, as a therapist, talking about your client on a fucking documentary? You should be fired. Why are you, as a therapist, talking about your client? Why are you filming a therapy session? You should go to prison. You should be fired from your job. You should be allowed to be a therapist anymore. What the fuck? Do we not have client confidentiality anymore? Like, should I be afraid that my therapist is gonna go to a fucking documentary to talk about my bitch ass? Holy shit, she should be fired. She should lose her license. It's crazy. It is so insane. I think the Philadelphia Eagles, for the amount of times they visibly showed the logo in this documentary, I think that the Philadelphia Eagles should, like, take it down. They should sue. They should be like, no, you can't show this. I don't want our fucking team logo to be, fucking associated with this dog shit, terrible documentary. It was awful. The story, like, there was no story. It was literally like EDP grew up and then he got caught for being a pedophile and then he got caught for being a pedophile again. And then we're going to spend the last half hour just like doing some bullshit, like talking about EDP's, like the list of people that EDP hates and the list of people that EDP respects. And it's like, why the fuck do I care? This is a documentary. Tell me shit that is interesting. Why do I fucking care about EDP? Like, why do I care about EDP's fucking, like, love list or hate list? This documenter, this like, the guy who makes it, like, Mike, whatever the fuck, Mike Klum or whatever, all he does, he does, like, he LARPs as, like, a document, like, somebody who's making, like, engaging content, but all he's doing is farming lol cows. He's farming lol cows. EDP is a lol cow. I thought that we were done. I thought that lol cows were, like, out of, like, funny, like, in 2016. I thought that we were done with lol cows. They're not funny anymore. It's fucking crazy, dude. Oh my god. It is, like, I hate it. It is, and then, like, to see somebody, like, I guess I shouldn't be surprised that, like, Moist Critical is backing this shit, but to see somebody like Moist Critical, who has, like, some amount of respect on the internet, and not, like, terribly so, he seems like a pretty chill guy, but to see this guy, like glaze the documentary and say, like, I can't believe EDP's not in prison, I can't believe the authorities are not looking into this. Like, you're blaming the authorities? You're blaming the authorities for the incompetence? Do you not understand the legal system? Do you want to even take a second to maybe understand why the authorities are hesitant to touch a case like this? Maybe? Can you possibly understand, Charlie boy? Holy fucking shit, I want to cry. Like, why is everybody so fucking stupid? People, dude, I'm so glad that the internet is calling out this shit documentary for being what it is, for being like a piece of like a pile of dog shit that is like literally just like the EDP press run. Let's like, you know, I wonder how much EDP got paid to make this documentary. I wonder how much money he got. Notice how like in their trailer they had a lawyer, a so-called lawyer, talking about like how EDP should not make this documentary. Notice how in the actual documentary he showed up for maybe 2 lines. He had maybe 2 or 3 sentences in the entire documentary, and they didn't include him a single time because any fucking lawyer worth their salt would know that this is a fucking shit show and they should not get involved. I am like incensed with how shit this documentary was. It pisses me off. So yeah, that's my thing. I fucking hate the EDP documentary. I think it's a disgrace to, like, it's a disgrace to children who have been harmed by pedophilia. It is a disgrace to anybody who got involved with it. It is a disgrace in general. It is a disgraceful piece of media. Was the EDP documentary worse or 9/11? I think more people died because of 9/11, so I'm going to say 9/11 on that one. But the EDP documentary was bad. Don't get it twisted. Just because 9/11 was pretty bad, don't think that it makes the EDP documentary any better. Okay, it doesn't. Both of these bad things can exist together. Or Israel. I think Israel is probably worse than the EDP documentary. But again, I think both of them can exist. I think both things can be bad. You know, we don't need to power scale it. What are we yapping about it? The EDP documentary. If you want to if you want to learn no new information and watch a bunch of people, you know, and watch like a shitty person, you know, gloat about how much of a shit person they are, then go watch the EDP documentary because you will learn nothing new. You will learn nothing interesting, and all you will do is like, wow, a shitty person was a piece of shit and he got away with it. Wow, what a fun piece of media. I hope he got fucking paid buku bucks. I know, I hope he didn't, but I know he did. I know that EDP got fucking paid to make this shit. It was interesting. It was not. There was nothing interesting, and you are rage baiting. The Dr. Big Chung. I'm being so serious about this. This is not like solo leveling where we can just like disagree. Okay, this is a fucking dude. Like, be so dead ass. You can I guess I can concede on like if you think it was interesting, that's fine. But you cannot like pretend that this is a moral piece of media. Like I think that there was no good reason to make this. It was not a moral piece of media. If that makes sense. There's nothing moral about this. All right, so that's what I think about the EDP documentary. You guys want to talk about Minecraft? Did you watch The Godfather yet? I have not. You know, it really wasn't on my radar, unfortunately. Being good to a real good charity, yeah, you know. You should. I hear it's a pretty good movie. Many have said. Yeah, that's like saying like, you know, oh, Safeway is a good company because, you know, I could add $1 to my grocery purchase to give to like children in South Africa or something. Yeah, I mean, definitely. What a wholesome fucking company Safeway is. That's like saying Nestle is a good company because, you know, they've released like the charity, you know, Hershey's bar or something, you know, like, come on. There are levels of harm and good. No, the other piece of media that somebody asked me to watch, it was actually MJ TD. I'm calling you out, boy. There was another piece of media that I was asked to react to. And it was the new Wi-Fi's video. I talked a little bit about it earlier because my boy, or I don't want to say my boy, but a friend of the stream, I'll say, not my boy, but a friend of the stream, Spood, was in the new Wi-Fi's video, you know? And so I felt kind of obligated to be like, I gotta check this out. What's Whiffy's up to now? What kind of scary analog, like what kind of ARG shit is he on? And so I just finished watching it, and I have to say, I didn't like it. I thought it was pretty underwhelming as a piece of media. Even more so than I would say, because I think, like, I definitely kind of like the whole, like, the world that doesn't exist, like, thing. I wasn't a huge fan of that. I was even less of a fan of this, unfortunately. It feels like Whiffy's creates videos so that people will write gay fan fiction about him. That might be a bit of a stretch, and it is a bit of a stretch, but that's kind of what it feels like when I listen to some of his dialogue. It feels like we are yaoi baiting like so hard. like there's no way this is not intentional. This has to be intentional. I'm sorry. This has to be intentional. That's fine. If you want to, like, make characters so people will write gay fan fiction about it, I think that's fine. But, like, dude, there is it is crazy. The amount of, like, dude, there's just a moment. It is so, like, there's a moment in this video. Like, to explain the plot of this video would be, like, I don't even know. Like, on Whiffy's videos, I don't know. People, dude, that's like asking who's writing yaoi fan fictions about anime. The people who watch the anime. You know who's writing yaoi fan fiction about Whiffy's videos? The people who watch the video. I think that's fine. I think that flexing your creative muscles by writing yaoi fan fiction, I think is good. You should do it. If you are feeling particularly, you know, inspired by any piece of media, I think that writing yaoi to flex your creative muscles and, I don't know, get better at something is a good thing. You should do it. But I think that the Whiffy's thing is just it doesn't make sense at all. And maybe I am misinterpreting how the video is supposed to be watched. But, like, my concept of like analog horror in general, like, what is analog horror? If we could, like, define, like, sorry, not even analog horror, like, what is an ARG? What is analog horror? What is an ARG? An ARG is like, it's like something, it's like a ghost story in a video game, where we have this general concept of, like, what a video game is supposed to be like what's supposed to exist inside of a particular video game, and the analog or the ARG is like, what if there was something deeper? What if there was a scary ghost? What if there was a monster? What if there was some evil malicious code, you know? Like, there is something creepy and wrong and weird with something that we all understand as being, like, normal and run-of-the-mill, right? That is ARG, to me, at least. The problem is that Whiffy's video, like, doesn't do any of those two steps particularly well. Is real life shit, what do you mean? Well, like, I don't know, like a Minecraft ARG. Ain't an ARG? What the fuck is an ARG? Alternative reality game. Okay, then what the fuck is a Minecraft ARG then? Interact, like... Well, they're called Mike Whiffy's calls them an ARG, so I'm gonna, like, call them. Like, then how am I supposed to define this genre of thing, right? Spooky thing in video game that's not normal. What am I supposed to call it at that point? It might not be an ARG by the technical definition, but that's what people are calling it, and that's how it's referred to. Okay? Is it because he's pretending it's real life? Well, yeah, there are real life tie-ins. That's the thing, right? It's not that it has to exist. It doesn't have to, but like it is based on real life because there is a shared experience of what is supposed to happen in a game. Okay? That's like that's what makes it an ARG. Is like we know how Minecraft, like how people play Minecraft, like what is supposed to happen in Minecraft, what exists in Minecraft. The concept of like a Minecraft ARG is like, what if there was something deeper? What if there was something, more, nefarious? What if there was something more spooky going on with the game that that we're not aware of, that most people aren't aware of, but like our protagonist like discovers it, right? That's the point, right, of the ARG. It's that it is couched in this assumption of reality, but we're pretending that there is something deeper in it. Okay? The problem with the Wiffies, or the Leviathan, that's what it's called. It's like the search for the Leviathan. Is that it kind of abandons its idea of like this is real, like so quickly, and it becomes so ridiculous so fast. It does not. There is no way that I, as a viewer who is like assuming like, okay, so this is supposed to be like some kind of spooky story inside of a video game, right? This is like I cannot what's the word I'm looking for? I can't suspend my disbelief. I cannot suspend my disbelief because it is so like the writing just makes no fucking sense. Even if you're looking at it like not as an ARG, but like as like I don't know, like I guess as like a video, like it just doesn't make any sense. I cannot understand it. It just like the characters are so fucking stupid and they make such stupid decisions. They make no sense. And it's even worse because the problem with this is that it loses its horror. It's not scary anymore. The thing that made Wiffies, like the earlier Wiffies videos, like the one that blew up like the world that doesn't exist. The reason why that one I think captured so many hearts and minds is because there was something scary to it. There was something horrifying. There was something deeply terrifying with these large spaces and these nonsensical, but like there was something that made sense in terms of horror. The vibes were good. There were good vibes. But this new video of Wiffies, it just doesn't have good vibes. It doesn't have good vibes. There's nothing scary. There's nothing horrifying about it. It's just like, it's watching two friends go on a wacky adventure. And then some scary shit happens at the end and it makes no sense. It's meaningless. I don't understand it. I think Spood did fine. I don't even hate Spood. I wish they would have expanded more. I thought Spood's character was interesting. This like idea of like somebody who is so incensed on this thing believing. I thought it would be more interesting if the thing didn't exist. Like I thought that that's where they were going with this, is that this person is so insane, he believes the thing so much that he'll make stuff up. Like I wanted him to like, this entire server that he made is fake. It's a fake server that he made just to create this like illusion that there's a Leviathan. He is so, like he wants to believe that the like the Leviathan exists so bad that the actual ARG is us discovering that this guy is fucking insane and crazy. That could be cool, that could be interesting, that could be fun, but there's no, it's real. The scary thing is real. And it's like, okay, fuck man, this sucks. Cognitive hazard? I don't know if that's where it's going. I don't know if that's where Wiffies wants to take it. I imagine it is, but it's just like, I mean, obviously he does the whole thing at the end where like he collapses at his computer. The same scary black figure niche, but like there needs to be, the story needs to make sense. The story needs to make sense. That's fundamentally, it's like the idea is not bad, but the story needs to make sense. If we're gonna couch this in like, at this point, like just tell a story, just do a roleplay series. Just do a roleplay series, it would be better. Just do a scary roleplay series. Stop trying to couch this in IRL. Like, every time you try to couch it in ARG, it makes no sense. And then even if I take this as a roleplay, even if I look at it as a roleplay, I still think the story is shit. I still think the story is bad. And I don't know, man. And again, like, there's so much dialogue that feels so yaoi bait, dude. I'm sorry. I don't want to claim that people are like doing something for a specific reason, but like, if you like, if you like, I feel like I mean, yaoi bait is fine. Like I said, if you want people to write gay fan fiction about your characters, that is okay. But like, make it less fucking obvious, bro. I don't know, man. What is yaoi bait? Believe in me. Then don't believe in it. Believe in me. You don't know that reference, Dr. Big Chunk, because you've never watched this video. Okay, you're rage baiting. You've never watched this video. Bathing the two guy characters are falling. That's fine. Like I said, I don't think yaoi bait is bad. Yaoi bait is fine. I think yaoi is good. If you want to write some yaoi, this is good. This is fine. I like yaoi. I like gay people. Gay people are great. Okay? But just, I don't know. Let it, I don't know. Stop like fucking dancing on the edge. All right? Maybe like maybe this is my hangover from watching fucking Yuri on Ice, but like just make them kiss. Put your two action figures together and make them kiss. God damn it. I don't want to do this like halfway in, halfway out thing anymore. Just do yaoi, dude. I only watch 15 videos when wifey's exposed the guy from Reddit, but I watch The Whole World Doesn't Exist. No, I know you didn't watch it because you rage bait Dr. Big Chunk, okay? But the world doesn't exist. I thought the first video in like the world that doesn't exist duology or whatever, that pair of videos, I thought the first one was good. I thought the second one was bad. Is there going to be a Leviathan part 2 where he's going to sacrifice himself to kill the Leviathan? I don't know. The thing again, like the thing with the first Whiffy, like the first one with the whole like the world doesn't exist, the reason why it's good is because the vibes were good, not because like the story, like I think you can poke a million different like plot holes in that story, obviously, if you're being like picky, but the reason why I don't want to pick plot holes and I'm interested and I want to exist in the world is because the vibes are good. Because it's interesting, because like these massive builds are like they're obviously like they wouldn't exist, but they dance on that edge of like it could exist. Something like this could be real. It looks like some kind of like glitch, something. It feels more grounded, you know? The problem with all the builds in like the next Whiffy's video is that they're so fantastical. They're so big and detailed and large that they're very clearly are not, like, they clearly could never exist. They could never exist. All right? Maybe I'm being, like, spoiled by, like, doing the Interloper stuff. Because, like, for as much as I can complain about Interloper kind of going on, kind of being a little bit boring and, like, yada, 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 I think Interloper made a lot of sense. Like, it was not, like, when I watched the Interloper stuff, like, I could follow, like, there were logical decision-making, and it felt so refreshing. Like, holy shit. Like the story itself is being told in a way that makes sense. That's cool. I like that. Can we do more of that? Yeah, I looked up the ending after. It's like me watching halfway of the movie and I looked up the ending because I got bored halfway through. But that's what I did. I looked up the ending and apparently it was like people weren't a fan of it, but yeah. I'm not going to comment on it because I haven't watched it, but I think if I had more energy for that stuff, I'd be more into it. They just nuked the Skybox Ghost. Awesome. Let it die, let it die, let it shrivel up and die. Yeah, but okay. That's my beef. I want to make a YouTube video about this. I want to make a critique of Whiffy's video. I really do want to do this. I think it would be such an interesting video. I feel like these thoughts, I want to get these thoughts out into the world. I really do. No, I just want to do like I would name it the critique of blank. You about to be flamed? I think that's fine. You do not see, dude, every time I log onto YouTube, you do not see my, like, every time I get a notification about a new comment, bro, I get flamed every day. Check the comments on the fucking, on the NCS song review video. Yeah, dude, look, dude, every fucking day I log onto YouTube, I see another content just being like, yo, this is the worst ranking I've ever fucking seen, dude, you should literally kill yourself. And I'm like, hell yeah. Dude, I log onto my YouTube every day getting fucking flamed, my bro. Alright? I'm built for this. You put Kratos in S tier? I did, alright? And guess what? The thing is, in the intro of the video, I said if you disagree, then you are perfectly willing to, like, I said in the intro to that video, if you want to flame me, go down in my comment section and do so. Okay? I said that shit. Bar for bar. If you think I'm stupid, call me stupid. And people called me stupid, and I'm chilling. What can I say, boys? White man has basic music tastes? What? No. Not white man. What? Really? You're telling me the generic white guy is generic? No. That's crazy. You're white when it's convenient? True. I'm also white when it's inconvenient. Have you just forgotten the entire context of this conversation? You're spicy white every other time? This is cap. I am not. No. I am, dude. Fucking $4,000 a month is not pushing the boundaries of middle class, my brother. I grew up not like very much upper middle class. I was pushing the boundaries of middle class when I grew up. Okay, I am no longer living in the house that I grew up, bro. I am not being funded by my fucking parents anymore, okay? You guys could say that I had a fucking great childhood, and I did. Shout out to my mom and dad. But let's not pretend like I am just living in fucking luxury right now, okay? I like my living situation. I think I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing okay for myself, but let's not fucking pretend that I'm just drowning in fucking money right now, okay? I'm treading very comfortably in money, all right? I'm keeping my head above water. I'm chilling, but I am not drowning, okay? You live in an apartment or house? I live in an apartment. This one room that you're seeing is basically the entirety of my apartment, okay? Everything you see behind me is kind of essentially all the space that exists in the apartment. Gone up to 50K? Yes, it has. It absolutely has done that, Miras. Bro, I've done 1 million apartment tours. I'm not going to show you guys. It's like, there's nothing to show. Yeah, that's my closet. It's where I store my shit. Yeah, that's my bathroom. It's where I shower. Yeah, over there, that's my kitchen. It's where I cook shit. There's nothing interesting going on. I told you, there's only one room. This is only one room. This is the one room. This is all there is. This is all that exists. Everything that you are seeing, like 80% of my apartment in this frame. No. This is like a whole ass studio. I'm telling you. This is all there is to it, bro. I got nothing. All right. So like, let's not pretend like I said, I'm not living in luxury. I am. And guess what? I've never denied it. I don't hide from my whiteness. Okay. I embrace that shit. Be jerking it in front of the cam? I do! You think I have a separate computer to jerk off on? I do. And I don't even use the camera cover either, okay? Like my camera has a cover. If I wanted to cover it up while I was jerking off, I'd do that. I don't give a fuck. It's not like you're gonna see anything anyway. If anybody wanted to hijack my camera for nefarious purposes and watch me jerking it, bro, it's right there. The only thing that I have done, now this is some new tech. I do watch all my porn on a separate browser. Okay. I use Firefox as my main browser to do all my normal stuff, and then if I'm trying to you know, jerk it, I go on Edge. I go on Microsoft Edge. That's my tech, okay? I don't shit where I sleep. Just use Google. I will say that the Edge search engine fucking sucks. But also, you know, I gotta be, you know, I gotta keep it real. I'm not pretentious. I'm just saying I don't shit where I sleep, bro. I don't want to have to constantly clear my history or like pull up a fucking incognito browser every single time I want to jerk it, bro. All right, I use Firefox for one, and I use Edge for the other. And I feel like using Microsoft Edge to jerk off is very, you know, it's very apropos. Honestly, IMO. It's like it was designed for that exact purpose. Why the fuck would they name it like that? So, I don't know. I wonder if I can get past level 6. That'd be nice, I think. I'm not gonna tell you what I jerk off to. Okay, we don't. Like, this gets into like the topic of like, wow, Sheep, what are you into? You don't need to know that. You don't need to know this. There's not information you need to be privy to. 77mm IMAX. If I was actually like a really freaky, like if I was super freaky, I'd buy a VR headset. That's what real porn addicts, they buy a VR headset, okay? Why else would you buy a VR headset? What else is the point? To go on VR chat? Really? I mean, like half the people who go on VR chat anyway are freaky as fuck. Regardless, okay? The real secret is that the freakiest people are just losers who've never actually had sex before because they've never had the experience of knowing what, you know, what they're actually into or not, right? There's a difference between being into something in concept and being actually into something. And so a bunch of like losers who don't fuck regularly, those are the real freakiest people. Because they get to LARP as being freaky, when in reality they get no pussy. I think it's the complete opposite. No, sometimes you get like real freaks, you know? Sometimes you get real freaks, but I think those are few and far between compared to like the losers who, you know, make up the, you know, the forums of Reddit. Real freaks are the backbone to our country. You know, there was actually a really interesting video I watched. It was called The History of Rule 34. It was on YouTube, surprisingly enough. But it was like this really interesting video into like the development of 3D porn and how like 3D porn became like what actually happened. Like the actual development of like Rule 34 and like all this like kind of like internet age kind of gooner shit. This kind of internet age gooner stuff. You know what, Miraz? The thing is, that's basically what the video like I like 3D animated porn was not like it was not responsible for any major like breakthroughs in 3D animation. It was not. But Overwatch was a Overwatch is huge. Overwatch was a big fucking deal. All right, the reason why animated like 3D porn made in Blender got as big as it did was because of Overwatch. And it was actually like a confluence of factors. Basically, so what I got from the video is that basically the way that people used to make like the 3D animated porn is that they used to make Source Filmmaker. They used to use Source Filmmaker. That used to be the kind of like Source Filmmaker was the one-stop shop for doing 3D animated stuff. But it was like very limited in what you could do with Source Filmmaker, right? Until eventually until eventually Blender updated. There was like a huge Blender update because Blender is like the 3D modeling software, right? So there was this huge update to Blender that made it a lot more optimized and it could support a lot more stuff. And that update with Blender like coincided with Overwatch like becoming a cultural thing. And so because those two things happened in tandem, Overwatch with its very gooner characters, you know, admittedly, those two things kind of like jump started what we call like, you know, or like what we see is like 3D animated porn today. That's kind of what I got from the video, which I thought was like that's interesting. I think that's very cool. That's a very like interesting, cool thing. So yeah, to say that Overwatch was a big deal, yeah. Now all we got is AI shit. I don't know, like you really have to like turn on AI filters. Luckily, any good porn site worth its salt has like an AI toggle. You just got to keep that shit, you know, always toggled on. You got to keep that shit insta toggled, bro. The AI stuff just gets very, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm crazy, but like the AI stuff is just like, it's just so, I don't want to say soulless because it's like, it feels kind of like generic to complain about that, but like, man, it's just so samey. It's all the same. Like once you've seen one AI generated image or video or something, it's like, everything else kind of just looks the same, bro. It's like, oh man, this is boring. It's just boring. More than anything. More than like not being like you can argue like obviously like the artist stolen. It's like it's all bullshit. It's bad and whatever. But it's just boring, man. Not fun. The deepfake? Yeah, the deepfake. I think the deepfake stuff is arguably more immoral than like the AI porn. Cause like the deepfake stuff is like that gets very much into the territory of like, this is weird. Like, really weird. No, 100%. Yep. I was thinking about that exact thing. I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't know if you guys knew Ball. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to explain the whole thing, but yeah. The thing is, that guy, shout out to Atriarch. He's the guy who did it. He still makes good content, bro. That's the thing with Atriarch. He's still pumping out good shit. It's just like a year back, he got caught on some fucked shit, bro. I was like, what are you doing, bro? I just remember his fucking apology. He did like a stream of him like fucking crying, like, I'm so fucking sorry, just crying with his fucking fiance in the background. Dude, dude, his fuck ass apology made me cry laughing so much, bro. Just him and his fucking fiance crying. But like, it's that one image of like the aliens, like touching foreheads and holding hands together. It's like that reaction image as a fucking apology. I thought that shit was like, oh, dude, I was in tears. That shit was so funny. No, it was even worse. It was like his homegirl. That's it's not even Pokimane that was like the main culprit, bro. It was like he was doing deepfake shit of his homegirl, bro. A fucking you know like Ludwig's like wife slash fiance, Cutie Cinderella, bro. She was getting caught in the crossfire, bro. That's what was really crazy about this shit. It's like, dog, that's your homegirl. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Come on, man. What are you doing, dog? Pokimane definitely gets way more shit. Like, I think this is why, like, I've talked about like my interest in like Pokimane as like a case study of like, I don't know, people on the internet. I think Pokimane is such an interesting character. It's mostly because of like she like for like there is a level of hate that I think Pokimane deserves. Like, I think like she's done some dumbass shit, and she deserves to get hated for, you know, doing some dumbass shit. But like the shit that she gets, like it's not deserved. There's no level of like shit that Pokimane has done to deserve the kind of vitriol she receives online. That's why Pokimane is like this interesting character to me, at least. It's like, damn. Like, she was really the first woman to do this shit, and so she kind of just has to tank that, unfortunately. Fuck. I almost had level 6 and I fucked it at the end. But yeah. Pokimane is a curious character in the most vile shit to her. Dude, have you seen any single video like, I hate Pokimane, here's why? Have you seen any fucking video like that? Every single one brings up that one fucking image of her without makeup on. Literally every single one. And it's like, I get that you don't like Pokimane, but what the fuck does this have to do with anything? What the fuck does this have to do with anything? You just hate women, dog. Just say you're sexist and go home. You hate women. It's crazy. Like, can't we get a good faith criticism of Pokimane without it being burdened? It feel, oh, dude. What do you mean, Cheap City? What the fuck? Like, why do we have to wheel out the sheepest sexist allegations now? What the fuck is happening? What is happening here? I hate my chat, dude. I should have never, like, I should have shut that shit down way earlier. God, why the fuck do I have to be so funny, dude? Why do I have to be so damn funny sometimes? Don't do that. Never turn me into a polyester edit. I will, like, copyright strike you, bro. Like, you cannot use my likeness like that. I would rather somebody draw porn of me than fucking turn me into a polyester edit. I'm being so fucking serious. I don't need that level of slander on my name, bro. At least if somebody made like fucking porn of me, at least it would be made with love, okay? Polyester edit is only made with hate and vitriol. Okay? There's only disgust hidden in those polyester edits. I really have to turn on my audio for these runs or else they'll never get accepted on the leaderboards. Nah, I'm not going to be famous enough. An editor can commission, pretending like you got bread to fucking commission an editor. I may LARP like I'm poor, but don't LARP like you got money. Say that again, MJTD, and say it loudly. All caps. Yes, Sheep, you're set up for retirement. Yes, Sheep, you have a maxed out Roth IRA. Yes, Sheep, your 401k is being filled. Yes, Sheep puts 6% of his paycheck into his Roth IRA every month. Or sorry, his Roth 401k every month. Yes, Sheep has a pension. Speaking of which, I gotta like invest in some new shit. I was thinking, I feel like I gotta diversify my portfolio a bit. Not saying that it's not diversified enough, but I put another like 3K in there, and it's like I gotta put it in something, you know? Oh, actually, evil corporations, but like evil corporations tend to bring in the bank more than not. They're stable investments. I don't know if I think I invest in a couple of index funds. All I look at is like, does the stock ticker go up? That's all I really give a shit about, MJ. As long as the stock ticker goes up, that's like genuinely all I care. When it comes to investing my money, bro, I'm not out here like, you know, trying to be some wholesome dude. I'm trying to like I'm trying to save my money the best I can. I still hate all these companies. I wish they'd all go bankrupt, alright? Believe it. But, like, if I invest in, like, a fund that has Amazon in it, like, Amazon is a pretty consistent company that's a very stable company. I'm trying to protect my money. Right? And I can still say I think Amazon is a piece of shit company that should go out of business. I can do both at the same time. Being a shareholder in Amazon does not change my opinion on how I think of Amazon as a company. I think they should pay their workers more. I think that they should stop exploiting them as much, and I think that if that makes them lose profit, I think that's a good thing. I think if my investment in Amazon loses profit, I think that's a good thing. It is good. If the stock evaluation on Amazon goes down and I lose money as a result. Fuck, damn it. Sorry, I was locked in for a second. Because I think that it's like it's kind of like what the like what the commies or what the socialists say. It's like, you know, we live in a shit system. You might as well you should make the most of the shit system that we live in while still fighting to change the system. That's why I don't like, you know, just because like if you are a socialist and you're rich, it doesn't mean you're inherently hypocritical, okay? You are doing the best you can inside of a bad system. I think that's fine. I think that's good. You should do that. Right? That's what I do. I feel like just because I fund something doesn't mean I have to. Abdul Sayed, isn't he that guy who's like, people are calling him Mamdani but an asshole? Is kind of the vibes I've heard. I haven't seen a lot of his shit, but that's what I've heard. What vibes have you been hearing? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of a different guy. I'll look him up. Maybe I'm thinking of a different guy. Politico has an article that says Trump and the GOP have a new boogeyman. New York Post, known far-left Senate hopeful Abdul El-Sayed blasts Trump's marriage to Melania after president's social media comparison. That's hilarious. He's talking shit about Trump's marriage? Based. This guy's sick. He's got that, what's the word I'm looking for? He's got that, Zelensky beard. He's got the Zelensky cut. This is a Politico article about him. I already voted in my primaries. says he is not a socialist. No, I mean, he doesn't have to be a socialist. Is he a DSA candidate, or is he just like a Democrat? Anti-American. I mean, he's got a relationship. I mean, Hassan is a pretty crazy psycho. Pretty crazy fucker. Eliminate the filibuster. Don't they want to? Doesn't everybody want to eliminate the filibuster? I thought that was like a pretty universal thing, no? He's steering away from DSA? That's crazy. He does all the DSA talking points, bro. I don't know. Lovely gentleman. He's a man of hate, says Trump, the man of hate. I like this guy. He seems like he just talks shit about Republicans. This is good. I think this is great. I hope he wins. Because if he wins, then it proves that, like, being mean and, like, bullying Republicans is a viable strategy towards getting elected. I think that's good. Is it Michigan red? I mean, I don't know, but I hope it works. It's critical that Democrats embrace Hassan Piker. Oh no, I don't know if I love that. Hassan is not. I don't know. I don't find Hassan to be a hunky dory guy, but again, I mean, it's gotten to the point where I can't even like hate Hassan that much. It's like, I mean, he's blue, so fuck it, right? Who cares? I don't really like. I'm not like loving most of the DSA candidates. I think inherently, like when I think going towards like a more like Democrat socialist angle in the Democrat Party is not where we should be going. But it's what's energizing young voters. It's what's getting people out to vote. And it's what's winning elections. So why the fuck do I care? Again, I would much rather live in a far left nation than a moderate right nation at this point. You know, I would rather live in that. I would rather go farther left than like middle leaning right. I don't want the Republicans to have like a foot in the door right now. And if that means going more far left, so then the Republicans get fucking bullied out, I think that's fine. I think that's good. So I would not join a DSA charter. I think I've outlined some of my issues with like the DSA stuff, but I don't find like the insistence on like Israel, like the kind of purity testing around Israel to be particularly politically effective or good or something that I like. I'd much rather focus on domestic policy where things are important. I think that they're not realistic in like a lot of their policy goals. I think that they're a very hopeful party that is not realistic at all. I mean, like they want to do so many good things, and they want to do a lot of stuff, but a lot of it's just like, come on, bro, this is not like realistically feasible. And also, I think like sometimes they go a little bit crazy. I like Medicare for all, but like I don't think we should be, you know, abolishing private healthcare. I don't like that. I wonder what like the DSA platform is. Do they have like a website? Democrat Socialists of America. Like I know the general idea, but like what is the... Let's see it. Green New Deal, Afro-Socialists, the Socialists of Color, Translates in Bodily Autonomy, National Education Committee, See, let's look at the Green New Deal. This is like a very classy one. If you remember back in the day, the Green New Deal was a classic one. I mean, it all seems pretty good. I thought that the Green New Deal kind of like shit on nuclear energy, though, which is, I think, why I hated it, why I didn't like it. I feel like the Green New Deal needs to have, like, nuclear as part of the energy. You know, we need, you know, we need nuclear energy, bro. I'm sorry. We need it. We need it. That's the only I think that's the only realistic way we get away from fossil fuels. As much as I like the pure green energy, it's, you know, wind energy kills a whole fuck ton of birds. Okay, it do. And solar energy is not efficient. Theory of power. What is this? Oh boy, the Karl Marx quote. At least it feels like this is. I like this. This is exactly what I think all political websites should be like. This is a nice, cohesive summary of how they imagined it getting done. I like this. At least they're going in depth and explaining what the fuck they want to do. I think that's cool. I like this a lot. What else do they got? I don't even know. It feels like the DSA is cooler. Pretty cool. I don't know. I'll have to look more into it, I think. Maybe I got that Destiny brain rot. I do? Maybe. I think I don't like socialism as a thing, but I think that like the democratic socialism doesn't really feel like, I don't know, socialism in a lot of senses, you know? Like the moment that you start talking about like we need to seize the means of production, we need to, you know, build worker co-ops, that's when you start to lose me a bit, but I will say the one thing that I've kind of been like separating from Destiny on more and more is like, if like every time like I kind of tune into like a Destiny video, like whatever Destiny video is going on, a lot of it has been like whatever random drama he's involved with, which is not something I super care about. But I feel like, I don't know, Destiny has gotten off the vote blue no matter who train, which is something I kind of disagree with. I agree with like the idea that it's like primaries are for party fighting. I think that's good. I think that's a good take. Like in the primaries, you know, you should be fighting amongst your party. Like who should represent us, which values should take us forward. And then after the primary, regardless of who wins, you need to put all your energy behind that guy who won, right? Whoever gets the Democratic Party nomination, you need to put all your energy behind him regardless if you know, totally agree with him or not. That is your candidate now, right? If you are a Democrat, you know, and you support the majority of their policies, ideally the person who is running is going to be closer, more aligned towards your values than any of the other candidates running, right? What do you think of these established do-nothing Dems? I think they suck. And I think I've said that as much, you know? I want an... I wish there was... I wish I could combine, like, the moderation of the establishment Dems and the excitement and energy of the DSA candidates. If I could combine those two together, then I'd be a very happy Democrat, right? But right now, I am being forced to kind of choose between, like, what I see as people who are maybe a little bit too far left for me personally, versus people who do nothing. And right now, I mean, like, look at the state of our fucking country. Look at the state of the world. Fuck it. I'll take somebody who does something over somebody who does nothing. And to be fair, like, a lot of these ideas that, you know, the DSA people are pushing, like, I want to see if they work, man. Like, I just want to see if they could work, you know? Ideas like rent control and you know, Medicare for all and universal basic income even. Man, remember when universal basic income was a thing? Like, I want to see if I want to see if they can work, man. Like, fuck it. Let's just find, because clearly, like, the current system is not doing shit. So let's just try some shit, dude. Let's do something crazy, man. Let's get wild. I've had a buzzball today. Let's go crazy. Let me pop an edible. Fuck it. We already know that the Republican brand of crazy doesn't work. We already know this. We knew it ever since Trump left office, and now that he's back, you know, we're gonna get another 4 years of evidence. Exactly, bro. If it doesn't work, then fuck it, man. I think free buses are good. Like, people have the... Dude, I hate when people say it's like, that's our tax dollars that you're using. Like, yes, it is my tax dollars that are being used for that. Yes. Bro, when people, like, attack, like, the Mamdani free grocery stores, like, you're funding those grocery stores with our tax dollars. Like, yes, you are. Good. I like that. Continue. What the fuck do you mean? It's the government. That's how it's supposed to work. It funds shit with your tax dollars. If Mamdani wants to open some low-priced grocery stores that are run by the government and they're subsidized with our tax dollars, good. Why the fuck are you complaining? What the fuck do you want our tax dollars to be spent on? Do you not understand how the world works? Are you so blind? I don't think I should be taxed at all. I hate taxes. What the fuck do you mean you hate taxes? You know why I pay my taxes and I do so fucking... Well, I want to pay my taxes and I want to do so happily. Because I know that when I pay my taxes, they're going to be used to do some good shit. I want that. If I went to... I want to go and I want to look at my government, I want to say my tax dollars are being used well. And so when people say, you know, you got to pay your taxes, I want to be like, yeah, that's fine. That's my payment for getting to live in this country. And that's what that's my fucking buy-in. All right? I don't get to have all this good shit. I don't get to drive on roads or walk on sidewalks without having some buy-in. Why is your stream so late? Because I have a job, J-Dog. And I live on the West Coast, and so your times are fucked compared to mine, so I have to stream late. Or to me, it's like, you know, I'm kind of in the middle of, like this is early evening for me. But for you guys, it's probably a lot later because of time zones. So I can't stream at my normal times anymore because I'm working. Or, like, you know, what were my normal times? I had to push my stream up like 3 hours because I have work. I work now. I'm a productive member of our economy. I hate my job so much, dude. I've been hating my job so much recently. I don't know if this is just like a job thing. I hate my... Dude, I hate my fucking job so much. I hate all jobs. I hate working. I hate everything. I genuinely just have so much hate in my heart for my employment right now. I do. I hate my job. Motherfuckers be asking, like, what are your biggest blockers in completing this project? You know what my biggest blocker is? It's hating my fucking job. That's my biggest blocker. I hate this shit. You miss biking to work? No, I hated that job just as much, bro. At least when I went there, I could, like, kind of chum it up with my miserable coworkers who were just as miserable as I was, and so I could LARP like I had friends. I can't even LARP like I have friends now. Just boring. It's boring and miserable. I get paid good though, so fuck it, who cares? I don't want to work out today. I just want to edit. I'm working on a really cool edit. Off depressing shit. I've been working on some really cool editing stuff and I'm really excited. This is the first time I've really felt exciting about editing for a while. Because like what happens when I'm editing is like I'll have an idea and I'm like, okay, I want to make this idea work. Right? And so I had an idea, like I have a cool idea. I'm going to make something, right? And so I do it. And finally, after what felt like forever, it worked, dude. Like, the idea that I had to make the edit look cool worked, and it looks cool, and I'm like, holy shit, let's go. This thing that I had in my head, I made it, and it's real, and it looks good enough that it looks good. I was so excited, dude. I think that's what really gets me excited about editing, is that I have the idea in my head, and then when I actually, because like the thing with like all art projects, at least for me at least, maybe this is like not a thing for other people. Like whenever I have an art project, whenever I have an idea in my head, it's like I want to make something. I have an idea of like I have a vision in my head of what I want to make, and then I actually try to make it, and it ends up like not looking at all like what I imagined in my head at all. But sometimes it comes closer. It comes pretty close. Not I don't even want to say pretty close. It comes close enough to what's in my head that I'm like, okay, I'm satisfied with this. And so that happened with editing, and now I was like, oh hell yeah. And now I'm on a roll. You know, I'm trying out, oh, what about this idea? And then that worked. And then what about this idea? And then that worked. Right? All these ideas are kind of like getting generated off this one central idea. Like I'm getting all these like, you know, kind of side ideas from the one central idea, and they're all working. It's all like, yes, that's exciting. That's fun. That's why I like creativity and art and all this stuff. When stuff works. I get really discouraged and I get really... It's when I'm not productive. When I'm like trying stuff and it's just not working. That's when I have... It's hard for me to find motivation. When I have the idea and then I try to do it and it just doesn't work. I tried another way and it doesn't work. And I tried another way and I just can't make it work. That is what is discouraging to me. When shit doesn't work. But things are working right now, and so I am happy. I don't miss biking. But I will say, I've been thinking, man... I think I've talked about this a little bit, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, man, that first job that I had working for the news, that has, like, deeply impacted me. That as my very first job ever. My first real job. That affected me, man. That, like, changed me. I don't know if it was for the better, but it changed me. And I have to, like, bear the brunt of that. It feels like more and more recently, I've been like, how do I describe this? I think this is the best. I've been It feels like I've been biking through the rain. Biking through the rain is my new, like, analogy that I use. Because I remember, like, when I used to bike to work, right? I've talked about these stories on stream when it was happening. But I remember biking to work, and it would be raining, and it would be windy, and it would be cold, and it would suck. And so I would put on, like, I used to wear, because you can't really wear a poncho because you're on a bike, you'd get caught up in the wheels. And so what I would do is I have waterproof pants, and I'd have a waterproof, jacket, and I'd put on plastic bags. I'd save plastic bags that I used to buy my produce in. I'd get the plastic bags and I'd rubber band them to my ankles to make my shoes watertight. And then I would put on, watertight gloves, That's what I would do. That would be my outfit, and that would protect kind of everything. But the thing is, for as much as I wanted it to be watertight, it never was. Water always got in. Even like the stuff that pretends to be watertight isn't really. Like it eventually gets in. Either if it's through your sweat, because unfortunately I'm a really sweaty guy. But you bike through the rain, and when you're biking long enough, eventually you're so wet. You just get so wet, and you get so cold, and everything sucks so much that there hits a point where it can't suck anymore. Well, the reason I started doing the plastic bag strategy is because I would bike through the rain so much that the soles of my shoe would literally peel off. I would have the rubber sole and then the actual like leather shoe, and that they would start to separate. So I started using the plastic bag to stop the water from, eroding the glue. But I remember being like so miserable that I couldn't get any more miserable. I would bike through the rain. I'd be so wet. I'd be so cold. I'd hate my fucking life. Everything would suck so much that it was just, I couldn't get any, like, I couldn't get any wetter. I couldn't get any colder. I couldn't get any more miserable. And so you just hit a point where you just like say, fuck it. I don't care anymore. It fucking sucks. I could fall over. I could like fall into a puddle. Fuck it. Who cares? Everything sucks anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to get any wetter. I'm not going to get any more miserable. Not going to affect me. I remember like pushing, like I had to like get off my bike. I would have to get off my bike and push it because the wind was so strong that I literally could not bike through it. The wind was so strong that it was more efficient and more energy efficient and more time efficient for me to walk than actually ride my bike. And so it feels like recently I've been doing that a lot, where like my job sucks so bad, everything sucks so much that I just don't care anymore. Fuck it, man. I'm biking through the rain right now. And I'm hoping I come out the other side and I can like, I don't know, I can come home and I can be dry and I don't have to be, Honestly, I think that made work better, That's kind of crazy to think, but like I was so miserable getting to work that when I actually got to work, it was like, I'm happier now. I could do my job and I'd be like, yeah, this is sick. Compared to what I was doing, this is great. I like this. Fuck, man. I'm just biking through the rain right now. In life. I'm just biking through the rain. Maybe I am depressed. I don't know. I don't think so. Not yet, at least. I'm not depressed yet. I feel like I know if I was depressed, but maybe I don't. Maybe that's the thing with depression, you convince yourself you're not depressed. I don't know how depression works. I'm not gonna pretend to be a mental health person. But I played Celeste, so I know a thing or two. I know a thing or two about mental health, you see. Also, completely changing the topic off of, you know, my slightly depressing existence. I have an event on Sunday. I think. It's either Saturday or Sunday. I'm doing a charity event. I talked a little bit about it. It's another Mochi thing. Or I think it's Mochi. I think that's how she wants her name pronounced. It's Mochi. Shout out Mochi. It's another Mochi thing. And it's a capture the flag thing. And it's got all the normal suspects you would expect in like a Mochi event. So I'm in there. And we'll see if it goes any better than the last one that we were a part of for like 2 days, and then I said, fuck it, I'm done. It's a capture the flag thing. Do I have any details on the actual game, or how it's played, or the server, or if Minecraft is involved? No. They have not really given out those details, which makes me worried. Because this is kind of, this feels like the progenitor to failure. If we don't get any teasers of the actual game mode. But hey, is it in the Big Sack? No, it's like an online thing. It's a charity event. There's going to be a bunch of streamers and we're all going to be playing and, you know, we're all supporting charity and shit, so. It's a charity event. So if you want to donate to charity, whip out your fucking wallets, boys. I might throw in a big 50. Just for the shits. So we'll see. Again, I don't want to say I have like very little hope, because I don't, it's not that I have little hope, it's just that my expectations are a lot smaller. I really want the Mochi events to do good. I really do. It's just that every single time I've done the Mochi events, they always go, like, they don't go great. And so I want to feel excited. I do. But apparently there are 3 teams. Or 4 teams, I think. There are 4 teams. And there's going to do like a capture the flag, and I don't know how the game works. Like, how does the server work? Does the server work? Do we do a server test? How does the game mode work? Is it balanced? How is it supposed to be played? What are the rules? These are all things that I've complained in the past, like, we're not clearly outlined. Like, what are the rules? What's the game? What's the reason? What's the thing? We need to have these things outlined, and they are not. And that is always like we have people talking about, like, we're trying to do a merchandise campaign for this event. And I'm like, that's cool, but can we do like the basics here, please? Of like, how does the thing do? What is the thing that we are doing? You're trying to be entertaining? Well, like I said, like we do a lot of LARPing here, J-Dog. And I think being entertaining is one of those. But I think that's kind of like the point. Like the Red Ball stream is kind of like much more chat dependent than my other streams, you know? I think when I'm playing like something like Half-Life, there is some kind of gameplay that even if nobody's talking and I'm kind of just like, you know, yelling at the wall or something, like at least I can kind of exist in my own little world and do that. But with Red Ball, I have nothing. There is nothing I can say. All I can do is stare hopelessly at the ball, and then if somebody, you know, asks like an interesting question or takes me down a rabbit hole, I can riff off that, which is something I'm very good at. I can do a lot with a little. You know this. It's why you follow me. So, and I did my thing, bro. I did a lot. Early stream, we did a bunch of big rants. We had our complaint session about particular forms of media, and then we chilled. And now, you know, it's quieted down as it does. It's the Red Ball way. And I can't move. But you also gotta like go to bed soon, and you gotta wake up for work tomorrow because it's only a fucking Tuesday. You got shit to do, my brother. No, god damn it, fuck off. I just want to hit level 6, dude. Ah. I gotta do like a level 6 practice session. To finishing a memo tomorrow. Oh, I want to complain about the shit that's happening at work, and I can't because I'm a fucking government employee and I can't talk about it. Ah! I want to complain about my job so much. Fuck. I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Cursed NDAs. I really got to do some late game runs before I log off today, I think. I really got to do late game runs if I'm going to get any meaningful practice, unfortunately. As much as I'd like to continue to push for record, I kind of have to bite this bullet. I have to suck on this noggin. Late game runs are the future towards Sheep getting more runs on pace. Because J-Dog, we have gotten closer than we ever have to actually getting a record. We've never been closer. You're very funny. You really got those dad jokes on lock. Also, nobody uses CDs anymore. Stop LARPing. Come on, bro. Don't tell me you got a CD player, bro. You pull up Spotify like the rest of us. Ain't nobody out here burning shit onto CDs. Come on now. Let's be for real. In my car? Bro, do you not have like a radio? Like, how old is your fucking car? Do you not have like a radio? Oh shit, never mind. You probably do got a CD player. I remember, I mean, I used to, you know, get driven around in a car that has CD player. Whenever back when I used to drive my car to work, back when I had to drive my car to my internship, I had to It was like a 20-minute drive to my internship that I had to make. And so whenever I did that, I would always listen to NPR, the public radio. And the best part about NPR is that whenever I was listening to it, is that they would always have like some kind of like science thing. They would always have some kind of like science debate. And so I learned something cool about science. Some like interesting, like thoughtful, like either political talk or like it was science talk or like some interesting like discussion was happening on NPR. Some podcast segment was happening. It was always cool. History segment or something. That's what I listened to. To be fair, that was kind of the point where I was like dodging away from like Republican Party ideals, because I used to be like a semi, like I've talked about like the Sheep 03 like Republican era of Sheep 003. It wasn't Sheep 003 back then, but it was a while ago. But that was back when I was turning around. I think working for the Republican Party like really like yoinked me out of it, mostly because the Republican Party was like so shit, because I was working for like the Republican Party of like fucking Santa Clara County, and it's like, bro, Santa Clara County is so fucking blue. There was no point. There was nothing to be done. But then also having to talk to people, that was my main job. I would just sit there all day looking at the phone. And if somebody called, I'd be there to answer it. And so I'd call them. And they would... It was terrible. It was awful. I had to listen to these old people complain about the ghosts they see on the fucking walls that vaguely looked like Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama. It was Hillary Clinton back then. I had to sit there and listen to these people complain about the ghosts they see on the walls that were blue. And it must have been the Democrats. And I would listen to these old people and I'd be like, damn, this fucking sucks. This sucks so much. I hate this job. I hate this party. Funnily enough, that was also the first and only time I've ever jerked off at work. I was so fucking bored. I was also a child. But I was so bored at work, I did. It's the only, I'll admit to it. I'll stand on business here. Luckily, there's nobody here that's actually gonna hear this. But I did do this. When I worked for the Republican Party, I jerked off at work. I did this. I used to work from 9 o'clock to 12. Those are my hours. I would come in at 9 and I'd work till 12. And I had nothing to do. They literally gave me, there was not a job that I was allowed, they didn't give me a job to do. There was no job. So I would sit there and listen to the phone and wait for the phone to happen. So back when I worked for the Republican Party, I jerked off at the Republican Party headquarters. Not the actual Republican Party, the Republican Party of Santa Clara. I did this. And I want to know, the guy who hired me all those years ago to work at your unpaid internship, I jerked off on that chair. I did do this. That was me. I did do this. I'll admit it. And you know what? I'm not even ashamed anymore because I hate Republicans now. Back then, I thought they were pretty cool. But back then, now, I don't even feel shame. I follow him on Facebook. That guy, I jerked off at your office, bro. It wasn't even an office. It was a fucking residential house. It wasn't even an office. They just bought a fucking house. It was like a normal, it was a random house in a suburb. I jerked off into the, I came into the toilet, obviously. I'm not going to be unclean. Alright? Of course. I was discreet. I used incognito. I wasn't stupid, but I did do this. I wasn't a fool. Sorry, Lil Teasy, that you had to hear this. But it's true, and I want to admit it. I want to come clean here. I would spend all day in that office playing Krunker.io, and then I got so bored I just said, fuck it, I'll jerk off. No, I didn't even know. AI didn't exist back then, dog. AI wasn't a thing. Back in those days, my brother, this was back in... This was so long ago. I can actually pinpoint the exact year that this happened. Man, that summer was a good summer. That was actually a really good summer. That's a great summer. I think I was under 18. Hold on. Because I have a picture on Instagram. I have a picture of my Instagram at this place. It was in 2019. How old was I in 2019? If I'm 24 now... Yeah, I'd be about 17. I'd be about 17 or so. 17, 18. So, basically... What do you mean, oh hell no? Hold on. What are we doing? "2019 was back when Trump was a funny meme, bro. Trump was the funny meme guy. He was the hilarious little goofball. Oh, man. Well, sorry, it was 2019, so it was probably later in the Trump era. Never mind, he wasn't the goofy guy. He was a little bit shit, but... You were like 3 years deep. 29, it's hard. The time flies when you get older sometimes. Man. We need to go back to... No, we actually don't need to. But I do remember, you know, laughing at top text, bottom text memes. I remember going onto r/dank memes on Reddit and having a good time there. I do remember this. This did happen. Am I proud of it? No. But, you know, it did happen. So again, I've become, like, as I grow older, I've become more and more, you know, comfortable sharing all the embarrassing moments of my life. So, you know, these were a couple. Jerking off at the Republican Party office. Laughing at r/dank memes. Like, you know. We all do things that we're ashamed of when we grow up. That was a great image. That was a fantastic... Dude, you know how much fun I had making that image, dude? I was having the fucking time of my life. I remember being at the dude, I remember being... I was in the library where they had Photoshop, and I was, like, staying up, like, late on this project, and I really wanted to make it good, and so I would stay up late just editing on Photoshop, and I'd stay up so late editing that photo. What a great image. Looking back on it now, I think there are so many things I would have done differently. Let me pull it up. I still have it in my Google Drive. What do you mean verify it's me? It is verified. I am me. Shut the fuck up. My password was changed. Wait, what the fuck? They changed my... Somebody... Did I change my password? Fine, I'll do two-step verification through my goddamn phone. I did change my password, but dude, Surfshark was being such a bitch, dude. I haven't been hacked. It's just that Surfshark is a bitch-ass website. I canceled it. I canceled my subscription. Oh, by the way, I'm going to another Sharks game. I'm going to another sports game. My parents are funding another, you know, another trip that my parents are funding my escapades. Okay. Another parent-funded vacation, ladies and gentlemen. But my dad has cancer. So it doesn't matter. Fuck you. You guys can't be mad at me because my dad has cancer. So every time I hang out with my dad, I can argue that it's because my dad has cancer. So, fuck you. Hold on. What did I want to look at? I stored these images. Yeah, photos. And then Skibidi. Oh, yes. Here it is. Noel Miller's wife has cancer? How do you know this? Do you follow Noel Miller? What does he do these days? Isn't he just doing comedian shit? TMG? Oh, shit. For real. He bought a bunch of podcasts? Okay. Business executive? I respect it. The problem is that there's not a lot of contrast with this image. This was back when I hated contrast. When I first started editing images, I hated contrast. And you can see how, like, flat this image is. There's just no contrast in it. It's so flat. And also some of the color blending isn't very good. I did. The shittily made holes in the building with the fire behind it that doesn't make sense. The smoke I think adds a lot, but this, like, the soot that looks terrible. The terrible looking soot, the flat background, it's all so flat. The dust effect, I think, sells it, but there needs to be more contrast, unfortunately. No, because Skibidi Toilet was a nonsense series. And we didn't realize it was nonsense until, you know... What are they even doing with Skibidi these days? It had lore. It had lore. MJTD, it had lore. Are they still getting uploaded to Defuck Boom? No, they have an official channel called Skibidi. They have a 50. They're releasing trailers. The last full episode that was released was Skibidi Toilet 79. Oh no, 79 was released in 3 parts actually. Look at this. They had 3-part Skibidi Toilet. Look at these thumbnails, bro. This is nonsense. This is... Look at this. What the fuck is this? What is this, dude? What is happening? Look at this shit. This is not, dude. This is a god. This is Hades from the underworld. This is Hades from the underworld.
Get this thing off.
We do not. We do not. There is no part of me that says we rewatch Skibidi Toilet. I don't have that impulse. We do not. You know, MJ, I'm gonna free you. Actually, MJ, I want to free you from these chains. You don't have to watch them through my eyes. You don't need me. You can free yourself from having to rewatch. Like, you can free me. You can do it yourself. You know, I watch a lot of stuff, and I tell you about what I think about it. How about this? You go watch Skibidi Toilet, and then you tell me about how you think about, how you feel about it. You do it. I'll make a recommendation to you, MJ. I recommend that you go watch the entirety of Skibidi Toilet, and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna tell me all about it. Us have to by law? Oh, I see. No, I see it. It's because you can't do it like me. Oh, I get. No, that's fine. You just don't have. You just can't. You know. The way that I describe things, the way that I put something, it's just so, you know. You just need that, huh? You just need Sheep 003's input to really have the same impact. I get it. No, that's fine. Trying to gas it. I'm gonna gas me up, bro. You need me, MJ. How else are you gonna have media takes? How else are you going to be able to truly engage with media if Sheep 003, if you can't argue with Sheep 003 about media takes, then what the fuck is the point? I'm the guy that watches all the shit that you like, and then I'm willing to talk about it. And that means something to you. And I think, you know what? That's fine. Because it also means something to me, too. That I get to watch a piece of media, and I get to talk about it, and people who have actually watched the same piece of media that I have care enough to listen to me and have a conversation. And that means something to me. And I like it. So you know what? I'm not even going to turn this into like an MJ wants Sheep03 to react to his favorite thing. I'm going to turn this into I like being able to share my media takes. Bro, you can't finish HXH. It's not a finished story. No, I didn't finish HXH, but nobody's finished HXH, okay? It's an unfinished tale. Until the damn thing ends, nobody can finish it. Shit hasn't ended, dog. No, and I'm not going to catch up on HXH, but I've read the majority. I read most of HXH. I have read the majority of HXH. The most of it. And I gave very good reasons to why I don't want to watch. I don't want to read the new stuff. Watch, read, whatever. I don't want to engage with the new stuff because I didn't find it interesting. And I gave very good reasons as to why. So you can keep harping on about this. All right, this can be your one saving point, but I gave very valid reasons as to why I am not interested. Super Cube. Interloper. I also gave reasons why I don't want to do it. What is this? You have to realize that I'm also at work here, so like I can't watch some like. Okay, I was about to say like I can't watch some like Gooner shit. I can't do that. It's a slice of life though, so. All right. Koguma finds her freedom on a motorcycle. But with no parents, friends, or plans for the future, she doesn't have much else. That is until she meets a fellow biker, Rico. Together, they'll discover friendship, fun, and the adventure of the open road. They say the genre is slice of life, but dog, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is the fucking... It's bar for bar. No, this is Super Cub, not Super Cube. Sorry, this is Super Cub. I apologize. I totally misread that. That is Super Cub. Oh no, this looks like dog shit. This looks awful. This looks terrible. I want to go back to the Super Cub. That looks way more interesting than whatever the fuck this is. Super Cube. A boy gets cosmic powers from alien cube. After winning his crush's love, he faces a rival and growing threats. This is fucking... This is just... Holy fucking... This is... This looks so much like fucking... This looks so much like solo leveling. Holy shit, it's actually solo leveling. This is... you have to realize, Dr. Big Chung, you're already on thin ice, alright? You're the guy who was pushing for solo leveling, dog. You are already on thin fucking ice with this anime recommendation shit, my dog. You gotta be careful, okay? If this is some dog shit, bro, you might be banned, my brother. You might be put on a blacklist. You might be put on a fucking blacklist, my dog. I'm just saying. Alright, everybody. Ban me if it's bad. I've already banned you from this chat, like, multiple... Have I banned you? I feel like I've banned you before. I've timed you out. I've banned you a couple times, I think. For being a fuck-ass chud. If I've banned anybody or timed anybody out from this chat, it was deserved. You guys deserved it. For whatever you did, you deserved it. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here, actually. It was deserved. Holy sleeper build. Did you get banned? Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Maybe this is a cringe buster thing. This is probably a cringe buster thing. Alright, everybody. I'm gonna get out of here 30 minutes earlier than I'm supposed to, but I want to edit videos right now, okay? I want to edit videos for my YouTube. I do. So if you guys hate me, then I guess you guys just hate YouTube videos, so fuck you. Either way, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I've got to get out of here. I will talk to you gamers on Thursday. I might be a little bit late on Thursday because I want to do more blocky hockey casting, so just, you know, be aware. Either way, peace. Bye. That's you? Oh yeah, holy shit, you've been banned like multiple times, my big dog. You've been banned 4 times, holy shit. You've been banned 4 times. You've been timed out multiple times? You've been timed out 13 times and banned 4 times. Holy shit. Motherfucker. Okay, so there's a timeout. Okay, I banned you for a couple of months in 2022. I banned you from May to July in 2022. Then I did a joke ban on you. Then I did another ban on you. But that was only for 2 days. I banned you for like 2 days in 2023, and I banned you for another month in 2024. That's hilarious. Yeah, whatever you did, you probably deserved it. You are a certified rage baiter, my brother. You rage bait like crazy. Either one, it's been real, it's been fun, it's been real fun. I've got to get out of here. Peace. Bye.